right, you guys, happy Monday, June 17th. I'm going to encourage you right now. I'm going to stop for a moment. I want to tell you guys, put your cameras on. You don't have to put your cameras on, but I encourage you. I want to push you. I want you to show up here. Are you going to show up for everything this week? My camera is always on. I'm always present. I'm always in this moment. So I want to encourage you, push you, implore you to get your cameras on, be here, be present, and be in this moment. So you guys, hopefully you had an amazing Father's Day. Here's what I learned about Father's Day. Sometimes you make decisions for the kids because you want to go and have some fun. Monster trucks indoors, not the shit. Not for me, not the fun. I literally felt like a big man-child with my hands like this. It's not fun. It's not fun, all right? Right at intermission, I was just like, the lights came on, go get your hot dogs, get your beers. I was like, all right, kids, it's all over. We're leaving. We bounced, all right? So hopefully all you fathers had an amazing Father's Day, doing whatever it is that you did. I took about an hour and a half and I washed down all the concrete in the backyard and in the front yard. I don't know why, as dads, we enjoy doing that, but there's something therapeutic about washing down concrete. I don't know about you fellas, but if you can agree, just give me an amen that washing down concrete is fun. I enjoy that. So, but I did not enjoy the monster trucks, but the kids did. But it was crazy loud. Like inside, monster trucks is not designed to be inside. So I will not be doing another monster jam for a long time. But let's do this. Ophelia, I'm going to have you take us out on the field on this beautiful Monday morning. Ophelia was just sharing that she's leaving to London in a couple hours. I couldn't be more excited for you. And I'm excited to see all of the stories. But Ophelia, let's bring the team out on the field. Always appreciate your energy and your enthusiasm. So let's go.
Oh, this is exciting. So I would say as we're coming out on the field on this Monday, just keep your head down, work, and then come up and be present to wherever you're going to be at. So if you're going to be working, be working. When you come up and be with the kids, be with self-care, be there. Because what I realize is we really need that balance so you can function and get your exercise in. So I've been walking for about a month and a half now, every single day, just walking because I miss running, but just get your exercise in and get your juices going. So go.
Right. That's right. Well, I appreciate it. And happy, safe travels to you. What time does your plane depart?
At 5:03, and then I arrive tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, chill, get some rest, enjoy your flight. So let's go ahead and go right into today's session, you guys. I got some stuff on my mind. I want to share something with you. And there's two parts of this. And the first one is about motivation, because at the end of the day, I don't believe that you need any type of motivation. Am I going to, as somebody on the call, maybe going to say something that sparks something inside you? Probably, but it's not anybody else's responsibility to motivate you. That should come from internally. And I took this from the what's his name, Eric Thomas. And it says, be at your very best. You have to be the fire. Don't go and look for the fire. Be the light. Don't look for the light. You got to bring it. Be the light, be the fire. You have to burn the fire. So bring your own logs, bring your own gas, and bring your own matches. You are the ones that are responsible for their own fires in your life. I'll be here for support. Your brothers and sisters will be here for support. Other people in this industry will be here for support. But at the end of the day, the logs, the match, the fuel, all of that comes from you, and that comes from internally. You don't need any motivation. And I have to be clear on that, because oftentimes we're always looking for something to spark us. If you're looking for something to spark you, then you're looking in the wrong area, because it all is right here. Last thing I want to share with you before we get rolling. And I'm going to hit you guys with this because I shared this over the weekend and a couple people replied to it, and I'm really glad that they did. And the video said, do you actually want this or not? And let's just take it in the context of your success in real estate. Do you actually want to do this or not? Do you actually want to do this or not? And ask yourself that, because if you actually want to do that, then what's going to stop you? Nothing, right? If you truly want to do this game, then nothing's going to stop you. But if you don't really want to do this, then what's going to stop you? Just about anything. Anything that comes up, any obstacle becomes an excuse. It becomes a reason. It becomes a rationale for you not proceeding down the path that you want in your life. So if you want to do this and you actually want to do this, then nothing stands in your way. But if you're just like, I don't know if I actually want to do this, then, oh, I didn't make my calls. Oh, I didn't knock on the doors. Oh, I didn't show up on camera. Oh, I didn't make the stories. Oh, all these excuses allow to occupy your space now. So you have to get very, very clear with yourself. This business is hard. It's going to beat you up. There's going to be roller coasters. It's going to be up and down, but you have to be very, very clear with what you were doing. And if you actually want to do this, it will show up and everybody will be able to see it. You'll be able to see it. Your family will be able to experience all the success that you have in this business. So you have to be very clear if you actually want this, because all of your actions will support that. So before we get rolling, you guys, I'm going to break you guys into some groups right now because I want everybody talking today. I want everyone involved in this conversation. This isn't just like, let's kick back and start off our Monday. Like, there should be some excitement. There should be some energy. There should be some physiology that changes. You guys, this is about taking control of our week and setting some very, very clear goals and parameters for our week. So let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. And before I share my screen, anybody have anything that they want to share, anything that they want to contribute, anything on your mind, anything that you want to grab the mic and talk about before we get rolling? Anybody? Give everybody a chance, going once, going twice. All right, cool. We ready to go? Was that a hand, Jessica? All right, cool. So Jessica, you got to unmute yourself. Let's go.
Yes. Hello. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So I just did things a little different because I'm now in this business. So I hold like pool parties at my house for the kids and the school year parties. And so I decided to I don't invite parents. So this time I'm like, everyone, all parents, welcome. So I introduced myself and basically conversations happen, and my husband happened to pop it up, bring it up that I'm a realtor now, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no way, I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm like, yes, I told you guys, follow me on this page. And they're like, oh, okay. So, anyways, I got to talking, and there's two people who are interested in buying a house in Danville. So yesterday we went to go see a few of them. And then another one who's interested in buying his second home.
Beautiful.
So we'll see where that goes.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate that at a very high level. We're not secret agents. We are very public figures. How are people going to actually know what we do if we don't tell them what we do? So, Jessica, good stuff. I love that action. Let's get right into the slides. I have a couple things created for you guys today before we get into our groups, and let's just go here. All right, so feel free to take some notes if you guys are not driving. Feel free to take some screenshots. Feel free to share these on social media, but let's get right into the conversation for the day. So we're going to go to the board. And if you're new to Keep It Moving Group Coaching on Mondays, I want to go to the board. What that means is that just think about yourself standing up in front of the classroom, and you're going to write on the board exactly what you're going to accomplish. Old school sales environment, you would put your sales or your goals on a big whiteboard, and everyone's name would be on there, and you would literally check off the sales that you got for the week. And that's what I want to do. Is I want to go to the board. And remember, on the board only fits your numbers. There's no room for excuses. There's no room for bullshit, and there's no room for your stories. I don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Your family doesn't want to hear it. What they want to hear is they want to know that you're going out there and taking massive action because you believe in yourself and you believe in this business. So here's a couple questions. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break you guys into focus groups in just a minute. Everyone talks, everyone gets involved, and everyone shares their goals. So let's go. I encourage you to write these down or take a picture because they're going to come up in your groups in just a moment. What are you committed to accomplishing this week? And I want you to be very, very clear with your numbers, you guys. Literally, let's get clear on the numbers. Conversations, videos, stories, follow-up calls, leads added to my CRM and to Real Scout. If you hosted an open house this weekend, I'm sure that you have leads that need to go somewhere, and that somewhere is in your CRM and in your Real Scout. How many follow-up calls are you making this morning? Are you sending videos? Are you sending one-to-one videos? What does that actually look like, and what is the goal that you're setting for yourself, seeing as it's Monday? How much physical activity this week? Are you planning to work out 5 days, 4 days? Are you walking 3 days? Are you lifting 3 days? Are you walking 2? Are you resting 1 and then working out 6? I don't know what that looks like, but there needs to be some level of physical activity in your week. If you want to make sure that you're playing at an elite level, you got to take care of your temple. So how much physical activity are you planning this week? What challenges might you encounter this week? Right? Maybe it's the kids at home. Maybe the day camp is closed on Wednesday. Maybe you have to shuffle some things around. Maybe you have to pick up the kids at 2. Maybe you have doubt. Maybe you have trepidation, whatever it is, whatever challenges that you face. Maybe you have this pesky buyer, pesky seller that you don't really understand the dialogue that you need to have in order to get that person to commit to working with you. I'm not sure what your challenges are, but I promise you, if you're sharing those and you're putting them out in your group, somebody may be there to help you and support you with whatever challenges. And if they don't have the answers for you, you bring them back to the main room. And I promise you, myself or someone in the room will be able to help you come over those challenges. And then last question is today, I'm going to do whatever task that is, even though I do not want to, right? Even though I do not want to, whatever it is. And I'm going to take Aaron Crisp for an example. I've been telling Aaron Crisp, you need to get yourself on camera for months and months and months. Aaron, you there?
I'm here.
Aaron, how many times since I've known you have I told you to get yourself on camera? Just throw out a number.
It's a countless amount of times. I would say in the last almost year, probably, definitely at least 3-4 times a month.
And I promise you this, the realness of the video that you and your daughter did in the garage yesterday, I'm sure you're still getting positive feedback on that, right?
Yeah, there was positive feedback. It was good to hear from the family. I don't normally go outside of myself like that. So people who've known me for years and years, and my family in Kansas, they all thought it was funny.
Man, and you know what? Any consumer that sees this, they're gonna be like, he's a good dad. He's a good dude. Right? He might not be able to dance that well, but he's a good dude. So I just thought there was such a, I'm just joking about the dancing. Kind of. But what I'm saying, bro, is it's just such a cool connection to you as a human being. And it's just like, you don't have to dance videos. I'm not saying going and dancing in videos, but I'm sure he got coerced by his daughter, or was that your idea?
No, that was my daughter. My sister is up from Vegas, and so we were doing a whole little Father's Day competition. And so the kids were like, we were doing all kinds of different things, and so that was one of the competitions. Who gets the most like wins.
All right. Well, where are you at? Are you winning the race so far?
I don't know. My sister's keeping track, so she might have the numbers skewed a little bit. I don't know.
All right. But the point is, I've been telling Aaron for this last year, get yourself on camera for, build your brand, build your image, build your visibility. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of time for us to get there. But if I'm looking at this most recent reel, 56 people liked it. 10 people have already commented on it. And so it's cool that people love that human side of you. So continue that and let that be an indication that people actually like the stuff that you're doing. But I wanted to share that with you because I thought it was cool. But back to the questions, you guys. Let's go back to the top because I had a couple people just hop in, and let's go here one more time so you guys have it. All right. So let's go really quick back through these. And then remember, no bullshit, no excuses, no stories. What are you committed to accomplishing this week? Let's get clear on your numbers, conversations, stories, follow-up calls, leads added to your CRM, how much physical activity, what challenges will you encounter this week, and how are you going to overcome those challenges? What's one thing that you're going to do today, even though you do not want to? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put everybody in breakout rooms, and I want everyone to get involved in this conversation, go around the room, hear from everybody. There's always going to be a leader that emerges from that. What we're going to do is we're going to spend 15 minutes here. If you guys are just having this on in the background, I'm going to encourage you to get involved in this conversation. Get involved, tell people what your goals are, and then what we're going to do is that's going to be your accountability group for this week only, right? Next week, you'll have a different accountability group. That's going to be your homies. That's going to be the people you're going to check in with each other. You're going to see their videos. You're going to like their videos. You guys are going to be a focus group for the week to make sure that everyone is hitting the goals that they set for themselves. Is everybody clear thus far? All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and assign the groups. I think I can do 7 groups here. Let's see here. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign you to a group right now. And then let me let Jess in. Jess, I see you in twice. So let me just make sure you're in. Okay, cool. That was weird. I saw your camera on, but then there was another Jess. Maybe it's a different Jess. Anyways, I got everyone assigned. Now, if you were in a focus group and your camera's off and you're not getting involved in the conversation, I'm just going to remove you from the call because it's not fair to everybody else. So I'm going to do this. We're going to come back here at 9:05. Clarity, everyone should know what the goals are for this breakout session. But before I open up the rooms officially, anybody have any questions? All right, cool. This is about you guys. Get involved, get clear on what needs to happen this week to move your needle, because this is all about keeping it moving towards our dreams, goals, and visions. I'm going to go ahead and throw you. I just want to follow up on the message like earlier. No worries. Okay. Jonas, I already responded to the message in Slack, and let's go ahead and I'm going to put you guys into focus groups. Boom. All right, I stopped the recording. Now we're back in the recording. So I'll let everybody get back in the room. It takes about 60 seconds. We'll go ahead and get rolling. Ophelia, what's on the menu today? Are we having cereal?
No.
Oh,
It's cottage cheese, papaya, banana, and chia seeds drizzled with honey.
is it good?
You know, it's acquired taste, but you know what? I've gained 20 pounds. I'm not happy.
Okay, all right.
Legit. I feel like it just crept up on me. Like one day I was like, why doesn't this fit? And it's like, yeah, because 6 months ago you stopped caring how you ate. And
Ooh.
I did.
All right, well, I appreciate the honesty. I've been seeing a lot of these things, people making wraps out of cottage cheese and avocado, and you add an egg, and then you flatten it out, and you put it on a baking piece of paper, and then I don't know. I don't know if I'm with the whole cottage cheese craze, but maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. All right.
Pretty weird. What are we walking into over here talking about eggs and
Cottage cheese wraps. No, Ophelia's having a delicious breakfast.
It's a good cottage cheese, not cottage cheese on your legs. It's the banana.
High protein, high fasting.
So what I'm gathering from this is to not have cottage cheese on the legs, you got to eat cottage cheese.
That's right. Because I had too much cottage cheese going on. Anyways, moving on.
Let's move on. All right, so let's go room 1. It was Samantha. I'm going to call on you really quick. What were some goals? What were some things that you heard from the group first and foremost? And then I want to hear from you. What were your specific goals for the week? So Samantha, I'm going to have you start out first. Let's go. And then room 2.
Did you call me?
I did.
What did you say? Sorry, I was saying bye to my mother-in-law.
Okay. All right. So, by the way, I have a plant for your mother-in-law. All right. So talk to me about your room. What were some goals? What were some things that you heard? And then I want to hear your goals for the week and what you're committed to accomplishing. Let's go.
So my goals for the week, well, what I heard is we're all going to follow up and be committed to our goals, obviously. I know some of us are having issues with posting, and we're all going to take videos basically of wherever we're at, especially Ophelia in London. She's going to take a lot of content for the week. As far as for me, I'm always super busy, thank God. But as for the week, I already talked to 15, 20 people a day. So weekly wise, I don't know, to like 100 calls maybe. I do plan on cold calling finally again and stay committed. Last week I tried and I was just inconsistent. And today I'm at least trying to do 10 to 20 calls a day, even if I don't get answers, and then just since it's expired, have their package ready to mail out for the people that didn't answer me.
Okay. I love this. I love this. Now, you set a group challenge about getting on camera and creating a, kind of some ideas or gaining ideas for social. Did you help anybody with that challenge, or was it a group discussion? Tell me a little bit about that challenge.
We really just talked about what we were going to do and where we were struggling. As far as our stories, seems like we already post consistently. As far as reels, we're all just going to get on the same page and just start posting consistently. Other than that, that's really what we discussed.
All right, so let me ask a question. It's Monday. Who has a list of ideas that they can actually go and shoot this week, whether it's from your home, whether it's from the car, or whether it's at the booth? Does anybody on this call have a list of videos that they're going to launch this week, or at least give you an idea of where to go with your thoughts? All right, you guys, that's a marketing vessel for you, right? So Otis, you had your hand up. I'd love to go
I
for
do.
you. All right, cool. So Kelly, I love this. So let's first off hear this. I'll share my list with you guys. One of them was already knocked off. It was home ownership month. And so I created a video. It's literally a 30-second video, and that video did really, really well. It's men's mental health month. I know I saw a video from Demian. For me and my family, you guys, I've lost tons of homies, and not tons. I've lost 5 homies from suicide in my life. And so there's a message there that if you wanted to do something that was heartfelt, to reach out to people and say, hey, fellas, we know that we're supposed to be strong, but hey, there's nothing wrong with you getting some help or asking for some help or asking for some feedback. And I've done it myself. Your business isn't growing because you are not growing. You're not reading, you're not attending events, you're not going to things. Staying poised, I can't explain that here. Do you want to know how to grow in business, academically, professionally, athletically, or personally? Here's your cheat code. And that's a video for me. 3 things to focus on today. What's your muse? So these are some ideas that literally last night, as I'm prepping my week, I'm writing out these ideas for content. And you guys should be doing the same thing, because we know that these things are going to move the needle in your business. So let's go Kelly, and let's go Otis. Let's go back to Kelly. Let's go Otis.
Okay, you can't really
You put yourself on mute, bro.
see it right there, but that's the spreadsheet with the ideas. It's for the TBA to launch the channel and launch a lot of stuff on my page and the channel page. It's going to be Otis's original content. Perry's going to be do Why I Love. That can fall into any category of real estate. We're going to do third-party content, stories, anything Otis wants to post, viral post production for the whole week, right? Mondays, first tip buyers. Why I Love, Perry's going to do West Oakland. Story is going to be the day in the life of Otis as a realtor. That's Monday. Tuesday is first time buyer tips again. Agent of the week, Otis day in the life. Wednesday, making an offer. Lender of the week, another day in the life. Otis at the office, the mission, something controversial, because we all know controversial is really what makes the needle move. Another day in the life. Dream homes, expensive celebrity home, Otis day in the life. That's Friday. Post story showing family, etc. Post families, poster, etc. on Saturday and Sunday. So that's kind of like the whole week build up. We're going to be able to do 250 pieces for the whole month. And I mean, for the next 6 to 7 months, which is 2 posts a day. And that should only take us about 2 weeks worth of filming. So we're really starting to launch everything with TBA. I think this is a perfect lead point to tell anybody on the team, if you want to be featured on it or anything like that. We can do cross promotioning. We can do I can't think of the word when you collaborate on Instagram and stuff like that. We've already done 180,000 on the Overtime Sports Network. We've done 1 million on the Most Deaf Post on Hip Hop TV. So we kind of cracked the code to things. So now as we build up TBA, we'll be able to do your stages, our stages, collaborational posts, and a bunch of things. So really big movement on this thing. If anybody want to hop in on this, Jacob and Darnell's the only one so far. So we can. Our saying is, let's go, let's grow.
Let's go. I love that. All right, cool. Let's go to room 2. Room 2, Alicia, I'm gonna nominate you to be the spokesperson for your group. Alicia, tell me some things that you heard, some goals that you heard from your group, and then talk to me about yours specifically. Let's go.
Okay. So some of the goals that we talked about, physical activity, some said to work out more during the week. Challenges would be like the following up with some of the leads shortly after open houses, just more follow-up, being more active with the clients, and then be committed. What are we committed to? Again, it would be just being more consistent with following up. And then for me personally, again, physical activity for me, I try to work out every day, but it's 3 to 4 times a week. My challenges also are following up with the leads. When I have leads in my CRM, it's more so of, when they say, I'll call you back, or they don't answer, making sure I do follow up and not letting other things, not allow me to reach back out to them.
Good.
So that is my commitment for the week.
I love it. And listen, if you're not following up with your leads, somebody else is.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. Somebody else is, because they probably went to somebody else's open house. And if you're not the one leading the charge with the follow-up, then someone else is following up with your leads. And at the end of the day, you guys, it is in their best interest that you're tenacious. It is in your best interest that you're calling them over and over and over again, because this market moves so fast and you're not going to sleep on their dreams. So of course you're following up. And please do not take any of my follow-up for any type of aggressiveness. I'm passionate about helping you find your house. Like I have to do this. I'm passionate about helping you find a house. Now, let me ask you a question, Alicia. What was one main challenge that you felt you heard from your group other than consistency? Was that the main one that you heard?
That was pretty much the main one. Just trying to keep on schedule. Everyone's doing multiple things, have multiple jobs. So let's say it's not just one main job for everyone. Everyone has multiple things they're doing in life. So just trying to kind of keep a schedule and stay on task.
That's right. That's right. You guys, that schedule should be a non-negotiable for you. I want to hit you with this. Here's an idea for you guys. Since it is Monday, since you are doing your reach out, this is the deal of the week. And all you have to do is in the subject line, deal of the week, and then the city, Orinda, deal of the week, Berkeley, deal of the week, Fairfield. We have reviewed the various deals on the market, or you just say, I've reviewed various deals on the market. I've selected this one. And I want to share with our private clients this deal of the week. Here's the details of it. If you're interested, just reply and get you the details. Warm regards. The last deal of the week sold above asking. So what you want to do every single week, it is so simple to send out a deal of the week. Look at your MLS. Look at a house that just had a price reduction. Look at a house that just had has multiple days on the market, more than your average, and look for those sweet spots in your market, because we all have those deals. Look on Slack. Maybe there's an off-market opportunity, and send out a deal of the week. This is a great opportunity just to create some type of interaction with your consumers online. So Alicia, I appreciate this, good stuff. And here's what I want you guys to be clear with. Don't say that, oh, I'm gonna work out more this week. No, how many hours are you actually gonna move your ass? Does it mean 3 hours this week, 5 hours this week, 6 hours this week? I'm gonna make more follow-up calls. That's weak. More follow-up calls is not a goal. I'm committed to calling a minimum of 15 people every single day. And I'm going to put my phone on do not disturb, and I'm going to get down and I'm going to start making some calls and sending some videos. Like, I'm not going to allow myself to do another week without proper follow-up. So good stuff, Alicia. Let's go to room 3. Oh no, I think Samantha represented from that room. Let's go, Jess. You're room 4. Let's hear from you. What were some collective things that you heard? And then I want to hear from you what your specific goals are for the week.
You said Jess?
Yep, Jess. Sorry, there's 2 Jess. Jess Blaine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I think collectively in our group, one thing that we really did was we specified our goals, because like how you were saying, yeah, we could say we're going to work out more, we're going to make more calls, but we were all very specific with the number of calls and appointments that we were going to make, and even our workouts. So that was really nice. We're actually going to start a group chat on Instagram so that we can keep each other updated throughout the week. Because I wasn't sure how this worked. I was like, okay, we're doing accountability. He said we're going to do it again on Monday, but we'll probably be with another group. Like, how do we maintain this week of accountability? So anyway,
that's on you guys. So I'm glad you figured it.
Yeah, we did. Listen, we're problem solvers over here. Somebody already started the chat, so we're good. But anyways, yes, that's what we're gonna do. And then you asked for my personal goals for the week.
Yeah.
My personal goals are 45 contacts for my database, 3 appointments set, 10 videos uploaded, and 5 workouts this week.
Beautiful. And when did you come up with that? Was it yesterday? Was it Saturday? Like, how do you know, and how are you so clear on what you're going to accomplish this week? When does that happen for you? When does that writing and that brain dump happen for you?
Oh, because it works. The numbers, it's been like weeks or actually months at this point now of doing those numbers and getting the result that I need. So the analytics, I've just known. It took me a couple months of calling and looking at what the trends were, like how many appointments do I get from actually calling people, how many contacts do I have to make in order to how many calls do I have to make in order to get X amount of contacts that then converts into appointments. So just understanding my conversion rate, it took a couple months.
I love that. And Laj, I'll come right over to you in a moment. You guys, this is why everything, and I'll say it until I'm blue in the face, everything needs to be tracked, and your CRM is the best indication of how many calls you're making that lead to actual engagement and that lead to actual appointments, right? You guys just trying to do this and not putting every single thing into Follow Up Boss or whatever CRM you guys are using, you're missing an opportunity because you need to be able to like, well, if I actually speak to X amount of people, then I have an X amount of conversion rate. So if I continue to do that based on how many appointments that I need to have for the year, I'm really on pace, I'm ahead of schedule, I'm behind, whatever the case is. So Jess, you've always been really, really good at that. So great job. Love seeing how you're growing. Laj, let's go over to you. You had your hand up. What's your contribution or question?
I just really wanted to ask Jess if she could repeat those numbers just as like a benchmark for something that may work for me as well.
Let's go.
Yeah, so for me personally, my sphere, I know that if I call roughly about 45 people, that out of those contacts, at least 50% of them are going to respond to me. So 45 contacts through my database, and then 5 workouts, 3 appointments, and 10 videos minimum posted on all of my social media platforms.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I
Thank
think
you.
no matter who you are on the call, Lodge, and I really appreciate you asking that. I don't care who you are on this call. I promise you, if you follow that type of cadence or a similar cadence, it's going to have positive results. Because then so here's what's great about this. So say Jess does all of that. She makes the calls, she makes the video, she makes the stories, she does the workouts. Well, now she has a body of work from this past week to say what worked, what didn't work, and now I can adjust some things. But she has so much data now because she did so much activity that she can now make adjustments where adjustments are needed. So really, really
Can
good.
I add one more thing, Elias?
Yeah,
Real
please.
quick. One of the things that comes up often when I'm talking to people is like, where do you find the time? And it's just putting it onto your calendar and allowing yourself some grace, right? Because you're not going to be the shit with your calendar all the time. My goal every week is to strive to hit at least 70 to 80% of my calendar. So like if you're just starting or you haven't called like 40 or let's say 20 people in one day, time block it for 2 hours. And if it doesn't take you those 2 hours, that's fine. But time block it for 2 hours that week, 3 or 4 times a week for however many contacts you're going to make. And then the next week, do it again and really notate how long it takes, because then that's how you know how long it'll take you to do it in the future. And that at that point you can adjust your calendar from, okay, maybe I don't need 2 hours to maybe I only need an hour for this. So now I have an extra hour to lead generate in another way. Or maybe it takes me a little bit fucking longer than 2 hours. Maybe I need 2.5 hours, but you won't know until you do it consistently. But you have to time block it too and try to follow your calendar.
God, I love this. The hardest thing about making phone calls at abundance is actually sticking to it without getting distracted. You guys, like just, all right, there's call number 1, there's call number 2. Oh, look at that story. Oh my God. Oh, hey mom, what's going on? Literally, it happens to us all. Like being able to be in that pocket and be in that moment, that's one of the hardest things to do. It is the hardest thing to do. So if you can spend that time, here's when I love making calls. I love making calls when I'm on the road, and say you have an hour commute, hour and a half commute. You got your list ready, you're ready to go, you're making your calls, or you just go into the office, you go into the back room where nobody is, and you just lock yourself in there and make those calls. It is challenging, you guys, with kids, with everything, with life, with stories, with Instagram, everything that comes up, it is challenging. And so I really appreciate that sentiment. Let's go over to group 5. Jeff was in that room, but he is gone. Who is in room 5? Go ahead. Who wants to represent from that room? I had Jeff G on, but Jeff G is gone. Room 5.
Cynthia, I'll represent.
Let's go, Cynthia.
All right. So in our group, we were all kind of on the same page. It was like none of us really into Facebook postings and whatnot. Well, except for Joanne. Joanne does it more than anybody. But Jeff and I talked about we talked about the challenges that we face with posting on Facebook. So I shared with the fact that I posted something for the first time on Facebook in 7 years. It's been 7 years since I posted anything. So I challenged myself this weekend. I had to, I was kind of forced to, because I'm doing a dance workshop. So I figured if I do it with something I'm familiar with, it'll be easier for me to do it with, everything else. So I'm taking, I took that first step. So the rest of it is history. So we're going for it. Jeff said that he had to do a couple of recruitment meetings, and he broke it down in a 4-2-1 method where he'll make so many phone calls and so many follow-up emails. He'll do the emails and then he'll do the calls to follow up. And then Joanne Morgan and myself, we all had kind of similar stuff, except, you know, there's kids and in my case, grandkids. So we just have the challenges of posting. We all committed to posting something this week. We have Joanne was talking about her turning her 10-minute workouts into 30-minute workouts. I'm already doing 30-minute workouts, so I'm just adding another day.
All right.
And then all of us are committed to doing our follow-up boss stuff.
Love it. Love it.
And yeah, and I think that's kind of, you know, and I think that, like Joanne said, that she doesn't like asking for help, but she's committed to asking for help. So,
Good.
and I think we're all in that same space. And then my biggest one is that we talked about my challenging deal. So that finally came to a head. It fell out, but only because the buyer decided that she was going to buy out her brother and she's not going to leave the house. So that just made it easier on me.
Okay.
At the end of the day. So we have to work around that. I got to figure that piece out, but that's a big challenge because once I drop that, then I can go full steam ahead.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. And Cynthia, I appreciate you representing for group 5, room 5. Here's the thing. You just said post something. Like there has to be definitive numbers in what you're going to post, meaning that every single day, hell or high water, I'm going to post 10 stories a day. That means by the end of the week, I've posted 70 stories. Now, there's not all original. It's stuff that I'm seeing, something I'm reposting, but I'm in the stories as well, right? And I'm going to set a goal of creating 3 reels this week, right? When we say I'm going to post something, it just throws that out like, oh my God, I got to find something to post. No, like be very, very mindful and have intent of what you're actually going to post and set a number for yourself. 10 stories a day, 3 reels, and I'm going to slide into 5 DMs a day. Thanks for the message. Oh, I love that story. Hey, where did you get that idea? I love that marketing. Oh my God, keep doing what you're doing, whatever that is. But be very, very clear on what the intention is for your social media for the week, because that is one of the best vessels for all of us to be able to build and grow. So good stuff. Let's go to the last group, room 7, Laj. Laj, let's hear from you. Contributions from your group. What did you hear? What were some of the goals? And then let's go to your own.
Okay, so a lot of us were challenged in posting, and people committed to actual amounts of posting that they were going to do. A lot of us were challenged by having to balance childcare and being a realtor. And so that was a lot of our challenges. And we talked about ways in which that we were going to overcome that, either by maximizing the time that we are not with our children or finding other sources to help us carry kids to games when they need to get there and things like that. And a personal challenge for me besides that, I think it's to get started on Follow Up Boss. I committed to, this might seem small, but I committed to adding at least one person to Follow Up Boss and starting to add people to the CRM.
Good. I love that. And I appreciate you saying at least, you know, starting somewhere. What I would do is I'd add yourself into Real Scout as well. That way you can see what a consumer receives, what type of information, and start just responding yourself and treating yourself as a consumer based on the search that you set up for yourself. But Laj, I appreciate this. At the end of the day, once again, going back to the sentiment when I first started this conversation is, do you actually want this or not? And if you want this, then nothing stands in your way. But if you don't really want this, then every excuse, every reason, every story will pop up that takes you off the course from you proceeding to do the things that you truly, truly wanted. I believe that each of you see something big for yourself in this business, right? When you originally got your license, you saw something big for yourself. So hold on to that. And don't be too proud to ask for some help. Don't be that person. If you need some help, if you need some extra guidance, if you need an extra, one-on-one, whatever it is, like, let me know, let people in our environment know, like, there's tons of people to help you, and you have my unwavering support and my unwavering commitment. But don't get on a call with me and come to me without some focus, because I'm there to make sure that I push you in the direction of what your goals actually are, and I will not hear your stories and I will not hear your excuses. I love you enough to not deal in bullshit and only work in actuality. That's what I want for you guys, and that's what I will not settle for, is any of your excuses. Each of you are capable of being successful, making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single year in this business. Every single one of you are, and I believe that. So what I will not hear is excuses and bullshit. So if you're ready for truth, and if you're ready to take your business to the next level, I'm always down for those calls. Always down for those calls. So I appreciate you guys. Let's do this. Let's get a couple key takeaways. Jackie, thanks for your video. I love the excitement. I love how you edit it, the chops in between. Jackie, let's go to you. One key takeaway from our time together today, and then Brandy, I'm going to have you close this out. Let's go, Jackie.
Hi, it's kind of like what something that I was discussing with my group is I keep on making excuses as to like why I can't post videos. I'll say like, oh, my hair's not ready, or I have to get ready and I don't have time to get ready. So like this week, I'm just committed to, I'm going to make the video whether I look good or not.
That's right. I love that. I love that. Good stuff, Jackie. Great to have you. Welcome to the team officially. Let's go, Brandy. Brandy, last contribution, key takeaways from our time together today.
Key takeaway is it doesn't matter how small or big, as long as you're moving forward. Take the step, don't stay in the same place.
That's right. That's right, guys. This is not stay in the same place coaching. This is called keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. And that's what this session is all about. So you guys, great contributions, way to get together as a group. I love the groups because you guys are allowed to all just open up a little bit, have a little bit more intimate of a setting. You guys go back to those questions, make sure you stay focused, move your needle today. Somebody had mentioned, it's hard to stick to the schedule. It's not hard for me. Like I have to stick to my schedule because there's no way. Like right now, I got to get Lily to camp. I got to come back. I'm on a call. I got 4 calls. I'm gonna get Silas at 12. So it's like I am so regimented because I have to be. It's a non-negotiable for me. So you guys, thank you for all your contributions. Let's make this a week that matters. Let's make this a week that counts. I appreciate you at a very high level. As always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and go out there and fuck some shit up this week. Appreciate you. Peace.